Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another reaction video for today. And I'm here to watch something I've never done a reaction for in the past, but I have been watching The Critical Drinker for a little while. This is, of course, from Critical Drinker. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish Destroys Modern Hollywood. It was very good. It's one of my favorite movies of last year. I didn't watch a ton of movies last year. I think I got about 50 movies in, maybe, which is not a lot. Usually I get 100 plus, but last year and the year before, to be fair, was I was slacking. But I will be catch up with some Oscar movies this week. So let's get to it. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish Destroys Modern Hollywood. I was about to watch this myself, and I was like, yeah, I have the recording and stuff. Let's just watch it. Oh God! Link in the description. Go watch it yourself. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Sometimes life throws us a bone from the most unlikely of directions.
Right.
I mean, if you told me that a sequel to a 10-year-old animated spin-off from the Shrek franchise would turn out to be a smart, funny, charming, poignant meditation on life, loyalty, friendship, self-sacrifice, aging, and the inevitability of death, and one of the best movies that I've seen so far this year, I'd have asked what brand of turpentine you've been drinking.
It's crazy. Like, when I first saw the trailer, I was just like, this looks really freaking good. Like, animation-wise, even the humor. But I wasn't expecting to feel so much, like, in the 90-so minutes. Like, I was like, wow.
Because I want some. And yet, here I am, having finally caved into the endless live stream questions and demands. Polite requests that I watch and review Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Well, I've watched it, and I'm happy to say that for once, the hype was well and truly deserved. This really is a fantastic movie that's way
nowhere near as good as Ferdinand. Remember that movie?
Smarter and more mature than it has any right to be, grappling with big questions that'll mean a lot more to the adults in the audience than the kids they're with. And for me, it actually restored a little bit of faith that we're still capable of making great animated features. God only knows how this one actually happened, but I'm glad that it did. Anyway, the story picks up with Puss doing
Dude, that milk looks so good.
What actually happened, but I'm glad that it did.
Shoutouts to whoever animated this milk. I know it was like one guy's job to make the milk look good.
Anyway, the story picks up with Puss doing what Puss does best. Swashbuckling and charming his way through another adventure in one of the most brilliantly choreographed action sequences in the entire Shrek
so
franchise. He's basically a rock star, drunk on his own fame and in love with his public image. But that all changes when he gets killed by a falling bell, only for his 9 lives to save him.
What is that,
and that's
4?
okay, right? Because he's still got plenty more lives left. See, it turns out that all his years of reckless adventuring have finally caught up with him. He's only got 1 life left, and if he loses that, it's game over. Even worse, he gets confronted that evening by a mysterious bounty hunter who easily defeats him in battle, forcing him to go on the run.
So good. This character's not even in the movie that much. Such a presence, though.
For the first time in his entire life, he's actually scared. Knowing he can't take the risk of being killed again, he says goodbye to his former persona and settles down for a life of retirement in a cat sanctuary, where he makes friends with a stray dog named Perito. It really seems like his days of fighting and adventuring are behind him. Well, that is until the 3 Bears crime family come looking for him one day. They want to recruit him to steal a magical map from Big Jack Horner, a map which shows the way to the
entire movie.
Star, which grants 1 wish to whoever finds it. Naturally, it doesn't take Puss too long to figure out that he can use his...
died laughing when he used the baker's dozen. What was the baker's dozen, right? That's a bridge. That's the funny shit.
Wish to get all of his lives back, and before you know it, he's out of retirement and on his way to steal the map. Unfortunately, this brings him into contact with Kitty Softpaws, an old flame of his who's also out to steal the map, forcing them to work together to get to the Wishing Star before Jack Horner and the 3 Bears. So basically what you've got is 3 different factions all trying to reach the same objective first, each running into various problems and obstacles along the way, especially Puss, who's haunted by visions of the hooded wolf that's still pursuing him. But does he have what it takes to overcome his fears and win back the lives that he lost, or will this be his last adventure?
I mean, people have brought it up, but like, I'm sure he's going to also, about like this at the same time this movie was out and doing its money and stuff at the box office. It was the same time Velma was fucking doing its thing, whatever that was, and how it portrayed panic attacks and animation, and how Puss in Boots was not R-rated. It was still technically for kids, I guess, and did it so much more better. So it's not even like on the same level. How Puss in Boots is more mature than an R-rated Velma show is just, I don't know. Not that, Velma should be like very serious. I'm
I have
saying
to admit, my main
it's
thought while
R-rated.
watching The
You think it
Last
would be a
Wish
little bit more
was,
serious?
how the fuck did they manage to get this made? And I don't mean that in the same way as something like Velma, which genuinely made me question my faith in the human race. Unlike so many animated movies now that range from soulless, homogenized corporate crap that might as well have been built on an assembly line to divisive and cynical attempts at political indoctrination, this movie has actual heart and soul to it. It feels like the writers really had something important they wanted to say, and the skill and experience to get their ideas across without sounding preachy and condescending. Imagine that in 2023. It's a movie that for once addresses universal and timeless themes like the value of friendship and loyalty, putting other people's needs before your own, and learning to appreciate the things you have instead of constantly yearning for the things you don't. Each character wants to get their hands on the wishing star to correct some shortcoming or flaw in their own lives, whether it's being reunited with their real family, or finding true love and trust, or in Pussy's case, getting back the 9 lives that he wasted so recklessly in his youth. But as each character develops, they're forced to make choices between their own selfish desires and the needs of the people around them. It's an interesting little commentary on our preoccupation with finding quick, easy solutions to complex problems that'll eventually leave us right back where we started.
Now, I would love to see someone actually, like, legitimately. I'm sure there's somebody out there. I want to see someone legitimately do this kind of deconstruction with Velma, and tell me what that was about. Like deep down, like deep. I mean, I know what it was really about, but I want to see someone positively try to spin Velma and tell me what it positively was trying to do. Because I'm positive it didn't do a fucking thing. It wasn't trying to do anything besides,
other than taking the harder,
waste my fucking time and piss me off.
But ultimately more rewarding path of self-improvement and learning to appreciate what we have. Puss himself is a great example of the angst and insecurity that comes with getting older, the melancholy of middle age, lamenting a misspent youth, wishing he'd made better use of the time that he had, and facing up to his autumn years without knowing how to define himself now. He's kind of lost without the false bravado that once protected him from the world, forced to face up to his own mortality for the first time, and the fear of dying that comes with it. And like so many other people reaching middle age, his first instinct is to see it as a problem to be solved.
I couldn't believe they actually showed blood in this.
Rather than a natural progression of life. His arc is all about learning to accept the changes that he's going through, to embrace the new stage he's moving into, and make the most of the time he has left. Just like the rest of us, he realizes by the end that death is the one enemy he can never really defeat, but he's determined to enjoy each moment and cherish the life he has, instead of striking some hokey bargain to prolong the unfulfilling status quo. It's a much more mature and thoughtful perspective than you'd expect from a film like this, bringing home the point that the finite nature of life is what makes it so special in the first place. And all of this from a kids movie about an animated cat who fights with a sword.
But where's the funny, him making fun of Shaggy? Where's the lesbian romance? Where is all this stuff? This isn't good. Fuck out of here. Where's the constant unfunny fucking jokes every 5 fucking seconds? Huh? Where's the cringe? Where's the cringe? Where's all the cringe? Where's the cringe?
Jesus, this film's got more heart, intelligence, and creativity than most mainstream Hollywood movies aimed at theoretical adults. And it's all wrapped up in a script that's funny, exciting, and charming, making use of a gorgeous animation style that for once feels fresh and different, instead of the same stale, generic CGI art style that you see in almost everything now.
Like Strange World looked generic, but it didn't look bad or anything. It just looked too generic.
Voice cast all do a superb job. Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek are two voices that I could happily listen to reading off their fucking grocery list. Ray Winston and Olivia Colman are awesome as two of Goldilocks' bears, but honestly, I think my Man of the Match award has got to go to Harvey Guillen as Perito. Comedy sidekicks in movies like this can wear thin pretty quick, but Perito is so fucking likeable precisely because of his simplicity and endless optimism, despite the shitty hand he's been dealt in life.
I love that he never is condescending at any moment in the movie. He's always like, yeah.
The character in the whole movie who doesn't really want anything from the wishing star.
No.
He's got no real ambitions or desires of his own. The only thing he wants is to be a therapy dog so he can help people. Yeah. In fact, one of the standout scenes of the entire movie is when he helps a terrified Puss to calm himself down and get his head together again. No dialogue, no dumb jokes, just two characters quietly sharing a heartfelt moment.
You know, if this is a Marvel movie,
forget the magic of scenes like this. Ultimately, the last.
If it was a Marvel movie, I don't always like to shit on Marvel, but you know, it'd be some fucking like dumb joke halfway through that scene. Someone fart or something. No, I don't think Marvel doesn't go that far.
It feels like some glorious throwback to a different era of animation and storytelling, a last hurrah for a vanishing art form at the end of its time, and a defiant stand against the garbage that's infected modern Hollywood. It's proof of the enduring power of universal themes and ideas, the impact they can still have, and the compelling stories that can still be woven around them. Politics and culture might be fickle beasts, and one year's zeitgeist might be the next year's dated and embarrassing, but for me, real storytelling is forever.
Yes.
Anyway,
Puss in Boots.
That's all I've got.
Puss in Boots. Jack.
Go away now.
I'm a little upset you didn't talk about Jack Horner though. Who's the best character in the movie? I mean, was it Burrito? I like him a lot. Jack Horner's the best character. I don't care. The movie itself has a lot of really well done. Just a lot of really good writing, great characters, great performances. Really does all that. Especially the panic attack stuff is great, but like really the themes of death and stuff really well. But Jack Horner is amazing. I wanted to talk about it. Jack Horner is probably my favorite villain of last year. Everybody talk about like, yeah, Kang was cool. Fuck Kang. Jack Horner though. That's the shit. If someone told me that Velma is a villain, then I would take that in consideration. Like, yeah, you know, you're probably right. She is the villain of her own story. So, anyway, there you go. That's Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. The story's modern Hollywood. Sure, I agree. That's it. Bye.